Hey guys, welcome back to Manic RC. So, a new hobby store opened up in Rock Hill, South Carolina, where I live. And of course, I'm going to support a local business. Went in there to check them out, and they have a mini Z track. And that's one thing in the hobby that I've never really looked into is mini Zs, and I drove the owner's little all-wheel drive Subaru and instantly got hooked. So I got the Fair Lady all-wheel drive, and I got a rear wheel drive, which I thought I was buying an MR04. But the rear wheel drive was kind of an impulse buy, and ended up with an MR03, and was like, what? But then I watched a lot of videos about them, and they're just as capable. Saturday I ran it, and with the stock tires, it was slip sliding around and everything, and a more experienced gentleman put some of his tires on my car, and it instantly hooked up and was so much fun. So I have tires that I ordered, and today I am going to do a little mod, which I'm sure you've seen on YouTube already, but I did grease the rear shock with Tamiya anti-wear grease. That made a huge difference. But I looked up differences on the MR03 and MR04, and one of the big ones is the Kingpins, the way they're situated on a stock model. And the suspension in the front leaves a lot to be desired. So today I am going to do the Kingpin flip, which I've read about, and hopefully loosen up the suspension a little bit. I better do it right because the parts don't come in until after I'm going to run this thing. So I went ahead and ordered Kingpins and some parts and stuff. I've actually ordered a lot of stuff for them. But yeah, these are cool little cars. So I'm going to do the Kingpin flip. I'm not going to do the big instructional video because I don't know if it'll work out, but I'm going to check back and show you if it worked out correctly. So, yeah, fun little cars. And of course, I have to mod them like everything else I mess with. So let's see. I'm going to do the first side and see how it goes. Okay, that was easy thus far. I took it apart and flipped the Kingpin like I saw in videos, and made sure that everything is nice and loose and flippy floppy. So I also used silicone oil, which doesn't attract dirt, and put silicone oil in the little ball and in all the moving parts just to get it all slicked up. So clip the Kingpin. I was nervous about doing that, but seemed to work out okay. Filed the end down, and now let's see if this thing goes back together and if I did it right, and see if the suspension's any better. Okay, finished with the first one. Here is the stock Kingpin configuration, and here is the mod. That was very simple to do. Getting it all lined back up and getting the little washers on the Kingpin, it took me a couple tries, but it wasn't bad. So here is the stock suspension. It's so tight, and this whole section, the steering hub and everything has to move. And here is the mod. It moves so much better. That's a huge improvement, and that's an easy, free mod. And I didn't even use a Dremel to cut the Kingpin. I just used some snippers and cut the little end off where the E-clip goes, right here. And yeah, it was simple, but that is, I mean, that is such a huge difference. So anyway, let me do the other side. In retrospect, I should have taken a video of it at this angle before I did the Kingpin flip, but it had no travel before, and now it totally does. That coupled with putting some grease on the rear shock, giving it some dampening, that really made a difference. So anyway, I highly suggest, if you have an MR03, to do the Kingpin mod. It was very easy. It took 7 minutes maybe on each side, and like I said, I lubed it up and everything too. The second one was a lot easier than the first, and yeah, I'm traveling down the rabbit hole of mini Z's now. Think I'm gonna put this thing up until I can take it back out to the track and go mess with some crawlers in the backyard, and later on run this little drifter in my dining room. Gotta love this. Yeah, I'm going down a rabbit hole. So anyway, there's the Kingpin mod. Super easy. Thanks for watching. Manic RC. You guys have a great day. Be safe out there and enjoy RC in all its shapes and forms. Later.